What is going on, everybody? I pray that you are doing phenomenally well. So, in this video, I want to talk about setting proper expectations with your sellers. This is one of the biggest mistakes that new investors make, specifically when they're wholesaling too. Okay. But before I jump into the content, check out the link below in the description. I have a new wholesaling boot camp completely for free. Register, check it out. You'll get instant access on how you can transform your life through wholesaling real estate. But let's talk about setting expectations with your sellers. So I'll share a story with you. When I first got started, what I would do, I would get those properties under contract, and then I would start trying to find in buyers. And then a few days would go by, and what I would do was I would call that seller up and say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to have to come by. I got a few people with me. We're going to be walking the property, checking the property out," right? And what would happen is that seller would be like, "Why?" Right? Because I didn't set the expectation and let him or her know that I was going to be doing that. And so you will literally be surprised what you can get away with. And I say that, it sounds awful, but you will be surprised what they'll agree to if you just set the proper expectations at the beginning, right? People hate being blindsided. People absolutely hate being left in the dark. And that's another thing that I want to bring up here in a second. But this is how it would sound when I'm setting my expectations with the sellers. So once I have a signed purchase agreement, I would go and say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, now that we've received your signed contract back, I kind of want to share with you next steps and what to expect." So first thing is I'm going to actually be sending this over to the title company, and I'm going to copy you on that email. This way, the title company, if they need anything from me or you, will be on one group email, okay? And then also another reason, just a side note, another reason that I like to copy them on that email is because when my title company responds back that they've received this contract, it's going to have all of the title company information listed in that email. So if the seller had any doubt whatsoever that this was a legitimate transaction, they're going to be able to see my national title company's information all in that email thread. Are you with me? And so this way they can always call, etc. Also, this is how they're going to receive a copy of their purchase agreement or contract, because it's going to be in that group email. But anywho, I let them know that I'm going to be sending this email. Secondly, I'm going to tell them, so while the title company is working on getting the title commitment done, I'm going to go ahead and schedule some time, Mr. Seller, to get my contractors over there, my inspectors over there to walk the property. This way, we will have everything buttoned up on our end. So as soon as they tell us that we have clear title, we can go ahead and close as quickly as possible, because I do know you want to get this done quickly, correct? You hear how I'm framing that? I'm telling them, "Oh, I know you want to get this done correctly, right? Or quickly, right?" And they're always going to respond, "Yes, I do want to get this done quickly. I don't want to drag this process out." No seller has ever told me that, right? Another thing, I'm setting the expectation to let them know I'm going to be bringing people by the house. The people that I'm bringing by the house are the actual in buyers, right? They could be the in buyers. They could be a team member of the in buyer, because some in buyers don't actually walk the property. They do just send a contractor or somebody out there to walk it for them, right? So this way, your transactions go 1,000 times smoother just by simply setting that very simple expectation. If you got value out of that one nugget right there, put a fire emoji in the chat. But so many people do not let the sellers know that they're bringing people by the house. Another thing I mentioned, people do not like being left in the dark, right? So every about 2 days or 3 days, we are following up with our sellers, okay? Even if there's nothing new to report. So I'm going to call the seller and I'm going to say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm just checking in with you. It sounds like title company is still rocking and rolling. They're getting everything done on their end. Is there anything that you need from us, or vice versa? They're typically going to say no, 9 times out of 10. If they do need something or have a minor question, you can address it right there. This right here will help your close rate tremendously, okay? Because they know that you're working on the background, you're keeping things moving, that the things are just in motion, I guess you could say. I'm getting kind of lost for words there, but you get the point on what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I've talked to so many sellers who said, I was working with an investor and then I just stopped hearing from them. Like, that's not the way to go about it, right? Some new investors, they get these properties under contract and then they don't find an end buyer and then they just leave the seller hanging high and dry. That is not what we want to do. We want to be very intentional about what we do and very, what's the word? Just have high integrity there. We don't ever want to leave a seller hanging or leave them in the dark. So make sure that you're following up with your sellers and setting expectations. All right. I will see y'all on the next one. Excuse me, I'm just getting tongue twisted today. Y'all have a blessed one.